Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sage Business Cloud Accounting online lecture series. Last session, we have started customer module. Today, we will start from customer transactions. We can enter following transactions: customer quotations, customer sales orders, customer tax invoices, customer recurring invoices, customer credit notes, customer receipts, allocate receipts, and customer adjustment. Okay, first we start from customer quotations or customer quotes. Now, in practical situation, before your customers purchase from you, they might request quotations or pricing. In that case, you can send customer quotes to your customers. You can enter customer quotations from customers, transactions, customer quotes, and after you enter customer quotations, you can email or you can print and send customer quotations to your customers. Now, when you enter customer quotations, there's no any accounting transactions. Customer quotation is just a document. There's no any accounting transactions. It's just a document. Okay, right. After you go to this screen, by clicking this add code, you can enter customer quotation. Okay, first you can select your customer from this customer drop-down menu. After you select your customer, system will display customer balance, customer credit limit, customer tax number, and customer delivery and postal address. Okay. Then this code details. From here, document number, system will generate quotation number. You don't want to enter manually this quotation number, system will automatically fill this number. After you process this quotation, system will display the number. Next, customer ref. Now, if your customer requests any quotation via any document or such as request for proposal or like that, any document, if there any reference number in that document, you can enter that number here. Next, layout. Now, if you are providing or if you are using different quotation layouts for different customers, you can select relevant layout. And also, when you are creating your customers, you can set this layout. Then when you are select your customer, that relevant layout will display automatically. Okay, when you are creating your customers, you can set your report layout, and here you can select layout. Then when you select the customer, system will display the relevant layout. Next, sales rep. Sales rep also you can set when you are creating your customers. And if you set any default sales rep, system will display that sales rep. If you want, you can change the sales rep when you are processing the transaction. Next date, this date is system transaction entered date, and expiry date is quotation expiry date. And if you are giving any regular discount or when you are creating your customer, if you set any default discount, here, this default discount rate will display when you enter transaction. So if you want, you can change or you can continue with this discount rate. Next, you can enter your quotation items, or you can select your items from this drop down menu. And system will display description, and if you want, you can enter price here, or if you have set that pricing, system will display the pricing. Next, you can enter quantities, and if taxes available, you can select tax rates. And you can save the customer quotation. Okay, and like this, you can enter customer quotation. After you enter customer quotations, you can view the customer quotation list. Okay, you can go to customers list, transaction, customer codes, then system will display list of quotations. You can view customer name, document number, customer reference, date. These fields you can view. And if you want to customize this grid by clicking this gear button, you can customize your screen. You can tick required columns, and if you want to remove any column, you can untick that column. And you can sort this grid by clicking these headings. You can sort by ascending or descending order. And if you want to search any document, you can search. And you can filter transactions or filter customer quotations. And you can sort by multi-columns. You can add columns here. And based on this column, system will sort this grid. And there are few status: accepted, declined, expired, pending, invoice. Okay, invoice means you have sent the quotation and customer approved that quotation, and you have invoice to that customer. Okay. Next, accepted. After you send the quotation, if customer accept that quotation, that status will change to accepted. Next, decline. If you have sent the quotation and if customer decline the quotation, maybe due to prices, or if the customer requirement change, they will decline the quotation. If they decline the quotation, you can change the status to decline. Next, expired. Now you will provide expiry date or validation for this quotation, valid till a particular date. Now, if that date expired, that status will change to expired. Next, pending. Now you have sent the quotation, but expiry date or customer still not accepted or declined. However, that still it's not expired. So if customer not accepted or declined, or if you haven't invoiced, that status will change pending. And if you have invoiced that quotation, status will change to invoice. Okay. Like that, there are 5 status: accepted, declined, expired, pending, and invoice. So based on your quotation, process, it will change the status. Okay, now you can enter customer quotation. After that, we will discuss advanced features in customer quotations. Okay, we'll enter the quotation. Go to customers, transactions, customer codes, click add quote. You can select your customer. And there's another option, use last quote details. If you want to enter quotation with previous quotation details, you can click this use last quote details. Then system will fill last quotation details. Okay, you don't want to enter manually. You can click this last quote detail, then system will display last quotation details. Okay, item, quantity, prices, system will populate to this screen. Okay, right. Next, there's option use inclusive amounts. Now here system will display exclusive amount. We'll change the tax rate here. I'll change to 8%. Now You can see tax amount here. And if you tick this option, use inclusive amount, system will change this exclusive prices to inclusive price. Okay. So if you tick this option, system will change this exclusive price to inclusive price. Okay. With tax amount price will display here. Next, if you want to add details or any notes to these items, you can click this note button and you can type. Now, if you want to enter warranty period or like that, or any note, you can enter the details here. If you enter any notes here, that color will change to blue color. And if you want to add more lines by clicking this plus mark, you can add lines. And if you want to delete any line, by clicking this red color button, you can delete. And here also you can, when you scroll right side, you can view these analysis codes. If you want, you can select this analysis codes. Okay, now if you are giving any discount percentage here, system will calculate these discounts and exclusive amount, tax amount, and total. We'll select another item here. Okay, right. Now I have entered two items. Now assume if you are giving a discount for this in quotation for both items, if you are giving particular discount rate, you can enter here. Or if you are giving same discount rate for both items, you can enter here. If you are giving different discount rates for different items, or I mean, first item you will give 10% discount, and second item you are giving only 5% discount. So that discount rate vary for product wise. In that case, you can use this line discount percentage. Okay, if you are giving single discount rate for all items, you can enter here. Or if you are giving different discount rate for different items, you can use this line discount percentage. Here also, if you want, you can enter that discount rate, or you can enter that discount rate here. Okay. Next, if you are giving discount amount, you can use this discount line. Then you can enter that discount amount here. Then system will calculate the discount percentage. Okay. Right. You can enter discounts in this heading, or you can enter discount percentage, or you can enter discount amount here. If you are giving different discount rate, you can use this discount percentage or discount line. Next, document message. Now, when you are set up your company setup, go to company, change company settings, document and statements, customer document messages. Here we have set validity period 30 days. Now, when you enter any customer quotation, that message will display here. Okay. Now, for an example, if you are giving any valid period for this quotation, you can set that valid period in is document and statement settings. Then when you enter customer quotations, this message will display in this customer quotation. If you want to change, you can change, or you can continue with that same message. Okay, by setting these messages, you can save your data entry time. Okay, now if you set any message here, you don't want to enter that message again here. So by setting these messages, you can save your time. Okay, and also you can enter different messages. You can, by clicking this A button, you can add messages. You can enter description and message. After that, you can select the message. Okay, like that, you can set these default messages, and when you are enter transactions, you can change, or you can select different message. Okay, main purpose of this default document messages, you can save your data entry time. Right, like that, you can enter customer quotations, and you can save this. I'll open same quotation again, and I'll change the price here and save. Okay, next, there's options. First, you can view quotation GP, gross profit. Okay, you can view the quotation GP or gross profit. You can view average cost, item code, item description, average cost, exclusive price, gross profit amount, and gross profit percentage. And also, if you have more than one item, you can view total, average cost, exclusive price, gross profit amount, and gross profit percentage. And also there are two tabs, average cost and last cost. If you select average cost, system will calculate gross profit based on average cost. If you select last cost, system will calculate gross profit based on this last cost. Next, quote history. Now you can view the quotation history by clicking this quote history. You can view created date. If any user edited this quotation, you can view that edited details, which user enter this quotation, like that, date, those details you can view from this quote history. Next, show user defined fields. Now, if you want to add additional details for this quotation, you can use this user defined field. Here you can enter delivery location, payment terms, those details you can enter here. And if you want, you can print this detail in the quotation. Next, document attachments. If you want to attach any documents such as that item details, item pictures, you can attach. You can attach up to 2 MB and up to 5 attachments. By clicking this add attachment, you can attach your documents. Next, if you want to add any documents note, you can add by clicking this add button. You can select action date. Now, if you want to follow up this quotation again, you can set action date, and you can type that and you can set save. Then on this action date, system will pop up a message. Okay. On this action date, system will pop up a message. So after that, you can follow up this quotation. Next, now you can change the status of this quotation. Now, after you enter this quotation, this quotation status is pending. If you want now, after you send the quotation, if customer accepted that quotation, you can change the status, accepted. Now this status has changed to accepted. And if you want to change to declined, you can select declined. And if you invoice this quotation, status will change to invoice. Okay, right. Now assume after you send this quotation, that customer has agreed to purchase these items. If they agree to purchase, you can convert this quotation into a invoice. Okay, now when you are converting, you don't want to enter same details again. System will automatically convert this quotation into sales customer invoice. Okay, now when you convert this, you don't want to select customer, or you don't want to select that items, quantities, pricing. You don't want to enter. System will automatically pop up that details to customer invoice. Okay. Next, create recurring invoice. We will discuss in detail these invoices and recurring invoices. If you set any recurring invoices, you can give the time frequency, then system will automatically invoice that, continue that invoice. Now for an example, if you are providing accounting services, if you set any recurring invoice each month, you can select that frequency, weekly, monthly, yearly, like that. Now if you select monthly, system will automatically generate that invoice and email to your client. Next, create sales order. If you want to convert this quotation into sales order, by clicking this create sales order, you can convert. Next, copy quote. If you want to create a same quotation again, you can click this copy quote, then system will create another customer quotation. Okay, like that, you can change status and you can convert to invoices. Next, if you enter any note or attachment, these colors will change in the quotation. We'll enter another quotation. Now, sometimes you may have foreign customers. For foreign customers, you may send quotation in customers' currency. If you have foreign customers, you can select that customer. And when you are creating if you select that customer's currency, system will display transactions in customer's currency. Okay. Now here you can see that balance AED and credit limit also display in customer's currency. And you can see system will display exchange rate. Okay, if you have enabled your multi-currency module, you can create foreign currency customers. And if you select foreign customers here, system will display exchange rate. And when you select items also, system will display prices in customers' currency. And also you can view values in home currency. Your totals also you can view customers' currency and home currency. Okay, after you create these quotations, you can email or save, or you can print these quotations. Right, now you can create customer quotations. Okay, after you enter customer quotations, you can view this list, and from these actions, you can preview this quotation, you can print, email. If you want to edit this quotation, you can edit, and you can delete. Okay. And if you want to change the or update the status, you can update status. And if you want to convert this quotation to invoice, by clicking this create invoice, you can convert this quotation to an invoice. Next, create sales order. If you want to copy this quotation, you can copy. And if you want to view history, you can view this quotation history. Next, you can view some buttons available. And if you tick any quotation, these buttons will activate. Now, if you want to delete any quotation, by selecting this quotation, you can delete, print, email, or you can update status. Okay. Now, if you want to change this status, you can select those quotations, and you can select the quotation status. Now, for an example, if you want to decline, save, that status will change to decline. Like that, if you want to change the status, you can change the status. Right. Next, we will move to sales order. Now, after you enter sales order, and sometimes in your company may use that 3 steps. First, customer quotation. Next, sales order. After that, customer invoice. Okay. If you are following that that process, you can first start from quotation. After that, you can convert that quotation into sales orders. After that, you can convert that sales order to an invoice. From quotations, you can send prices to your customers, and from sales orders, you can reserve that quantity to your customer. Okay, and from invoicing, you can bill to your customer, and in quotations and sales orders, there's no any accounting transactions. Only in customer invoice, there's accounting transaction. Quotations and sales orders, there's no any accounting transaction. And one important thing, now when you are setting your item setting, there's option sales orders reserve item quantities. If you tick this option, when you are enter customer sales orders, those quantities, those item quantities will reserve for that customer. You can add sales orders from customers, transactions, customer sales orders, and click add sales order. From here, you can select your customer, and you can enter customer quotation reference number, and you can select items. Now here you can see reserved quantity, quantity on hand. Now, if you take this option, sales order reserve item quantities, these items will reserve for this customer. Okay. Now you can enter items, enter quantity, and you can save this sales order. Okay. You can enter sales orders from customers, transactions, customer sales orders, click add sales order, select your customer, select items, enter quantities, and you can save this sales order. If you want, you can email or you can print. Okay, from here you can print. Like that, you can enter customer sales order. After that, you can view this list of sales orders. You can view customer name, document number, customer reference, date, delivery date, amount, like that. These columns you can view, and you can search any sales order here, and you can filter sales orders. You can sort by multi-column. And from these settings, customize grid, you can select required columns, and if you want to remove any column, you can untick this column. And you can sort by clicking these headings. You can sort by ascending or descending order. Okay, now you can practice how to enter sales orders. Okay. Furthermore, if you have entered customer quotation, you can convert that customer quotation into sales order. You can go to customer quotations and you can click actions and create sales orders. Then you don't want to enter that details again. System will convert that quotation into sales order. If you want to change these details, you can change, or you can save this sales order. Okay, like that, you can enter sales order. There's one more method. You can go to customer sales orders, click add sales order, select customer you are going to enter sales order, and if you have entered sales order for this customer, you can select this, you can click this from quote and you can select the quotation and you can convert that quotation into sales order. Okay, there are three methods. First, you can go to sales orders, click add sales order, and you can enter details, or you can convert quotation into sales order by clicking this from quote, or you can go to customer quotations and select customer quotation and click actions, click create sales order. Like that, you can create your sales orders. After you enter sales orders, you can check these options. You can view gross profit, quotation, this history. You can go to this sales order and you can view sales order history, user defined fields. You can enter additional details in this user defined fields. Document attachment. If you want to attach any documents, you can attach. Document notes. If you want to enter any document notes for this sales order, you can enter notes here. Next, create invoice. If you want to convert this sales order to an invoice, you can create invoice. Or if you want to copy this sales order, you can copy the sales order. Here also, if you have entered any document message, it will display. And for discount also, if you want, you can enter discount percentage here, or you can enter in line discounts, and you can select your analysis codes. After that, you can save this sales order. And if you have any foreign customers, you can select that foreign customer. Then you can view that amounts in customers' currency. And this document number create from the system. If you want, you can enter customer reference, and you can select layout and sales reference. And if you want to change this exchange rate, by clicking this change rate, you can change the exchange rate. Okay, this is available exchange rate. And if you want to include new sales rate, a new exchange rate, by clicking this new custom exchange rate, and you can enter the exchange rate. Okay, now you can practice this additional options in sales order. Okay, next we will move to customer invoices. Okay, now every company may have tax invoices. Even you don't have supply invoices, you may have tax invoices or customer invoices. Okay, when you enter your customer invoices, it will update your customer balances, and if you are invoicing physical item, it will update the invoice inventory account also. Okay, Now, when you are invoicing, it will debit account receivables or your debtors, and it will credit inventory, and also when you are invoicing, it will debit trade receivable and credit sales or income. And from inventory side, when you are invoicing, cost of sales will debit, and your inventory will credit. Okay, your trade receivable will debit and sales will credit, and also your cost of sales will debit and inventory will credit. Okay, you can enter tax invoices or customer invoices in 3 different ways. First, you can go to customers, transactions, and you can select customer tax invoice and click add a tax invoice. Or if you have entered quotations or sales orders for this tax invoice, you can go to that transaction and you can convert that quotation or sales order to an invoice. Next, you can go to tax invoices and click add tax invoice, and you can select your customer, and from here, from quote or sales order, you can select your quotation or sales order. Okay, and when you are converting quotation or sales order, when you select the customer, system will pop up a message. There are outstanding sales orders for this customer. Do you want to invoice them now? Then you can click yes, and you can select your sales order or quotation. Okay, we'll start entering customer invoices. Go to customers, transactions, customer tax invoice. Click add a tax invoice. Select the customer. After you select the customer, you can view that customer details. And if your customer send any documents such as purchase order for this invoice, you can enter that reference number here. Okay. Document number will generate automatically, and you can select this layout and sales rep. After that, you can enter the items for this invoice. You can select item, enter quantities, enter price, and you can save this customer invoice. Okay, now you can enter customer invoice. After that, we will discuss additional features in this customer invoice. Okay, right. Now you can select your customers, and after you select your customers, system will display customer details, credit limit, customer balance, and this document number will generate from the system. You can enter customer reference, and if you are converting from a sales order quotation, you can select sales order quotation. And if you are using different layouts for different customers, you can select layout, and you can select the sales rep. Right. After that, you can select items, quantity, and you can save this customer invoice. Okay. Right. Now, if you want to use save last invoice details, you can click this use last invoice detail. Then system will display last invoice details. If you want, you can edit this invoice, and you can save this customer invoice. Next, use inclusive amount. If you take this option, system will display inclusive price, or with tax amount price will display here. I'll open new customer invoice. Right. Now you can see here date available and due date calculate from the system. So this date will calculate from the number of credit period. Okay, number of credit dates will calculate from the system. Now, when you are creating your customers, you can set credit period. I'll open same customer. Go to customers, list of customers. Now this customer has 45 days for payment. So when you select invoice date, system will automatically calculate due date based on this due date for payment days. Now, if you want to change, you can change, or you can continue with save due date. Next, you can select items. And if you are using analysis code, you can select this analysis codes. Okay. The main purpose of this analysis code is if you have different branches, cost centers, projects, you can link when you are invoicing that. When you are invoicing, you can link this department or analysis code or project. Then you can generate a profit and loss report at analysis code wise. Okay, I'll show you one report. Go to reports, financial statements, profit and loss. You can select the date range, and from here, group by, you can select analysis code, and you can select the analysis code from this drop down menu and view report. Now you can see you can generate profit and loss report for this analysis code wise. Okay, each department has system will display each department income, expenses, and net profit. So if you link your analysis code here, system will calculate this income and cost of sales for that P&L. Okay, if you link this analysis code, system will calculate income and cost of sales for this department. Next, this document messages. You can set document messages from settings. these details will display in this screen. Okay, and if you want to change or add, you can add messages or you can change the messages. Next, there are a few options. Okay, now there's a settings warn when duplicate customer reference used on customer invoices. Now we have these customer invoices. Now assume this customer reference is PO001. We will enter same customer reference again for that customer. Save. Now there's a message, your credit limit will be exceeded. Would you like to continue? Now, if you have set any credit limit for this customer, and if when you are invoicing or when you are processing this invoice, that credit limit exceeded, system will pop up a message. If you want, you can cancel this invoice, or by clicking this yes, you can continue the invoice. Next, the customer reference entered in this document has already been used for this customer. Do you want to continue? Now, we have entered same customer reference previously. Therefore, system will pop up this message. And if you tick this option, warn when duplicate customer reference used on customer invoices, system will display this message. Okay, next is display inactive customers for selection when processing. Now, this customer, A01 customer, it's an inactivated customer. Now, that customer will not display for transactions. A01 customer will not display for transactions. Next, in item settings, you can see warn when item quantities fall below 0. If you select any item, now this item has 10 quantity on hand. So if you enter more than 10, we'll enter 15. System will pop up a message. Processing this quantity will cause the quantity on hand fall below 0. This might result in reserved items being unavailable for delivery. If you want to process, you can process, and if you want, you can change. Next, do not allow item quantities fall below 0. We'll take this option and save. You cannot select both options. You need to select either first option or second option. We'll refresh this. And we will enter again. Now this has 10 quantity on hand. We will enter 15. Now you can see processing this quantity will cause the quantity on hand for this item to fall below 0. You are not allowed to process below quantity on hand. Previous transaction, it's only a warning. Now, if you select do not allow, system will not allow you to process this transaction. Again, this quantity reset to 1. Okay, we'll change again to 15. Again, it will change to 1. Like that, system will not allow you to process this transaction. Next, one when item quantity is 0, we'll check one item with 0 cost. Go to item list of items. Okay, now this item cost is 0. When you select that item, system will pop up a message. The cost of this item is 0. For accurate cost of sales reporting, ensure that the cost of the item is correct. Now, when you are invoicing, if that item's cost is 0, system will think this is an error because all items should have cost, and if an item has 0 cost, system will think this is an error. Therefore, it will pop up a message. So you can check whether that item is actually 0 or not, and if not 0, you can change the cost. Okay, like that, you can change settings, these items and documents. Next one when item selling price is below cost. You select another item. Now this item average cost is 6,000. We will enter selling price as 2,000. Then system will pop up a message. The selling price of this item is below the cost price. Now normally you need to sell your items above the cost price. Therefore, system will think this is an error. So you can check your selling price again. Okay. From these controls, you can mitigate your user errors, and you can speed up your transaction processing. Okay. Now, from these settings, you can mitigate your user errors. Right, like that, you can invoice. Furthermore, if you have bundle items, you can select that bundle item. You can change the type to bundle. Now, for an example, if you have computers, that computer has a mouse, keyboard, monitor, those items, and you can select that computer. Then when you are invoicing, I'll change the item settings. You can select that bundle item. and you can select the bundle item. Then that bundle item components will display here. You need to select only one item. However, that components in that item will display here. If you want to increase the quantity, you can increase, then component quantities also increase. Okay. Right, next invoices also, you can view the options. You can view GP, invoice history, user-defined fields, document attachments, and if you have any anticipated payment date, if your customer is promised to pay on a particular date, you can enter that date in anticipated payment date. Then system will pop up a message. And also, if you have enter any customer notes for invoices, quotations, sales orders, you can view that notes in the dashboard. Okay, you can go to dashboard. From here, you can view the document notes. Next, you can create recurring invoice, create credit note and re-invoice, create receipt for this invoice, and you can copy this invoice. Next, after you enter your customer invoices, you can view the list of customers, list of tax invoices. You can view these headings, and if you want to customize this grid, by clicking this customize grid button, you can add columns to this grid. And if you want to remove any column, you can untick this column. Okay. And there are few status: overdue, paid, unpaid, partially paid, those status. Now, if you have paid, if your customer paid for this invoice, the status will change to paid. And if your customer still not paid, it will change to unpaid. And if your customer paid partially for this invoice, part payment, the status will change to partially paid. And if your customer paid, it will the status will change to paid. That amount due is 0 in paid invoices. And if your customer still not paid and their credit period exceeded, status will change to overdue. Okay. If your customer not paid and they are still in the due date, status is unpaid. And if your customer not paid and exceeded the due date, status will change to overdue. And also you can view number of transactions from here, and you can view the pages. Each page has 10 transactions. You can navigate by clicking these pages. And total number of transaction and this transaction number will display here. And if you have any foreign customers, you can invoice in customers currency. If you select any foreign customer, system will display exchange rate, and transaction details will display in customers currency. Here also, if you want, you can give discount, or you can enter discount percentage or discount amount. And you can print delivery note, and you can email this customer invoice. If you want, you can print this customer invoice.